Hey guys, Mike from Blackdog Customs. So we're starting to get our first brisk days of the year around the country, and our phones are starting to ring off the hook about no start problems. So figure make a quick video on how to diagnose, how to test, and how to change your glow plugs. Alright, so now I'm going to show you how to test resistance in your glow plugs to see if they're good or not. So using your multimeter, we're going to take the multimeter, we're going to set it to ohm settings. You need to make sure that it's set on the lowest ohm setting. All multimeters are a little bit different. You want to make sure that you're not set on kiloohms or milliohms. So I'm going to scroll through until I got ohms. And then we're going to take our plug and we're going to take the negative lead and touch it to the body of the plug. The positive lead, we're going to touch the nipple of the plug and we're going to test our resistance. We should have one, and the plug should read 1.5 to 1.9 ohms. 1.9 ideally being new. Flip the light back on. Here's some other plugs that we pulled out of some trucks. Again, we're going to hold it to the body, hold it to the nipple. This one is reading within the good range or just below it. So I would still consider this on the low end a bad plug. We'll test another one. This plug has no resistance, so this is definitely a bad plug. Let's see if we can grab one more. No resistance on this plug, bad plug. This one's reading within the range, so I would consider this borderline. If you're replacing plugs, you always want to replace them as a set. Here's a plug. We don't even need to test this one. You can see on the tip of that one, it's gone. So this plug had a bad day. What this probably had was constant voltage going to the plug and burnt it up. More often than not, the tip of your glow plug will swell, not allowing it to be removed from the head. So that's usually a cause of a faulty start box supplying consistent voltage to your plugs, and it causes them to swell. What we do in that case is we use our glow plug extractor tool. You're going to thread the inner sleeve out of the tool, exposing the channel for the glow plug. We're going to insert the glow plug. Make sure that it's lined up straight. You don't want it hooked up like that or off balance. You want everything as straight as you possibly can get it. And then you'll take the sleeve from the extractor and roll it down over the plug. You're going to take this edge of the extractor, the sleeve is going to go flat up against the head. You're going to hold that with your 13/16 wrench, and then using a 7/16 socket ratchet end wrench, you're going to unscrew the insert portion of the extracting tool, and what this will do is pull the plug out of the head and extract it. You can see the end of the plug there, and it'll pull your plug out. Okay, so we got our glow plug extractor on. We got a 13/16 inch wrench on the front, the large portion of it, and a 7/16 ratchet wrench on the rear. And all you do is simply hold the sleeve in place and ratchet the back half of it out, and this will pull the plug free of the head. And there you have it. Glow plug extracted. So this is the process, what we do to test our start boxes. You're going to take your multimeter, we're going to set the voltage, we're going to make sure it's set to DC volts. All right, we're going to take the red positive lead, we're going to stick this in the end of one of the glow plug wires, making sure we're contacting the lead. We're going to put the negative on the back of the block, and what we're looking for is we want 24-ish volts. It might be 22, might be 24.5, but we want around 24 volts for 6 to 9 seconds. So Chad's going to go ahead and flip the run switch. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 6 to 9 seconds is what we're looking at. This would be a good box. You want the voltage to cut off after 6 to 9 seconds. If your box is providing constant voltage to your glow plugs, it's going to burn your plugs up in as little as one start, and your plugs will be bad. If your box is providing no voltage to the plugs, then your box is also bad and needs to be replaced. So one trick I always recommend is when you're putting your new plugs back in is to put some Antiseize on the glow plugs. So all we're going to do is we're going to take this, open it up. We're going to roll our glow plug in some of the silver goop. It will get everywhere, so be forewarned. And then we take our plug and just screw it back down into the head. So the number one leading cause to damaged start boxes, which ends up in no starts in your glow plugs, are these crappy keyed ignitions. This is the one thing you don't want to have in your truck. It doesn't matter if it's a Chinese junk switch like this, or if it's a quality Caterpillar switch, or if it's a 24-volt Freightliner. The end result is always the same, which is a dead start box. So it's $1,000 gamble. We've helped in our shop alone, we've helped over 600 customers with dead start boxes that were as a result of this. So you think about that, that's $600,000 in damages from unscrupulous vendors selling these crap switches to unsuspecting brand new Humvee owners. So it really is a shame, but if you got one of these in your truck, remove it. It's not worth the $1,000 gamble. One last thing I wanted to share with you is all glow plugs aren't created equal. So there's a lot of Chinese-made, foreign-made junk out there. At Blackdog, we only sell OEM Wellman glow plugs that the military uses in their vehicles. So make sure you're not buying Chinese junk plugs, or you're going to end up having the same problem. Okay.